Vayera, and he appeared. This is a parsha where God shows up. There is so much crazy stuff that happens in this parsha. Let's do a quick review before we dive into the sixth aliyah. First, God appears to Abraham. He promises a son to Abraham and Sarah. Abraham negotiates with God to spare Sodom for the sake of Lot. God rescues Lot through his two messengers. Lot's wife looks back and turns into a pillar of salt. Abraham lies about Sarah being his sister instead of his wife, so Abimelech takes Sarah for himself. But God tells Abimelech the truth, and Abimelech returns Sarah to Abraham. Isaac is born. Sarah banishes Hagar and Ishmael. God takes care of Ishmael and comforts Hagar. Now we're up to the sixth aliyah. Abimelech sees that God is with Abraham, and they make an oath. Abraham brings an injustice to Abimelech's attention. Abimelech's servants have seized Abraham's well. Abraham sends Abimelech 7 female lambs to accept that Abraham dug that well. This well is called Beersheba, which means two things. It means well of the oath, because they made that promise there, and well of the 7, because of the 7 lambs. Where all in this parsha does God show up? He appears to Abraham at the entrance of his tent. He shows up to Abimelech in a dream. He calls to Hagar from heaven. Abimelech sees that God is with Abraham. And in the 7th aliyah, God calls from heaven to stop Abraham from sacrificing Isaac, and he provides a ram in his place. God is truly revealed in this parsha, but he is also concealed. Vayera begins with God appearing in visible, tangible, human form, and the second to last verse in this aliyah, the 6th aliyah, Genesis 21 verse 33, Abraham plants a tree and calls on the name of El Olam, the everlasting God. Olam is closely related to the word Ne'elam, which means hidden. So in this passage, we see God revealed and concealed. Why do you think it's important that God shows up? In the 6th aliyah of each portion so far this year, we've been noticing the choices that people make. Abraham certainly made a lot of choices in this Torah portion. In the 4th aliyah, Abraham made the choice to lie to Abimelech. In the 5th aliyah, Sarah made the choice to send Hagar and Ishmael away. In the 6th aliyah, Abraham made a choice to take an oath or promise to be kind to Abimelech. And in the 7th aliyah, as we'll see next year, Abraham chooses to obey God in a really hard thing, and God promises to provide. Although there are times in our lives when it seems that God is hidden, he will show up when we make big choices. What does Yeshua say about making choices? Making a choice is like making a promise or taking an oath. We decide to do something, and then we follow through. In Matthew 5:37, Yeshua says, "But let your yes be yes, and your no, no. For anything more than this is from the evil one." When we make a choice, Yeshua wants us to follow through. Let's make good choices and keep our promises. Shabbat Shalom.